On this episode, I'm going to show you how I designed and built this cornhole bag toss game. This video is not like all the other ones out there for one reason. I'm going to show you how I built and designed the pattern, how I put it and applied it to the board, and the techniques that I used. I'm also going to show you how I built it too, if you want to know that as well. But if you really want to know how I designed it and did all that, stick around, because we're going to get started. So here it is, the finished game. So I tried playing a game against myself, and I realized I wasn't that good. I think I'll stick to building things. So here I am in the garage. I'm drawing the lines that I'm going to use to draw on the artwork. If you're wondering how I came up with the pattern, there's really no rhyme or reason to it. I just used basic methods of scale and proportion to determine where to place the lines. Now, back in college when I studied art and color theory and all that wonderful stuff, I learned that abstract art uses visual language of shapes, forms, and colors and lines to create a composition. Some little art philosophy and history for you right there. My daughter was definitely born with artistic talent and skill, and I love working with her on projects. This was a special weekend project that just her and I worked on. So I'm going to speed things up here, just show you the progress of us just painting it. We used a method here where we watered down acrylic paint and then did multiple layers and then wiped it off. This would give you kind of that watercolor brush look. If you decide to go with this technique on your cornhole board, don't be afraid to do the colors in stages or start with a light color and then make it darker over time. It's really just a personal aesthetic, but you can handle it however you want. One of the most enjoyable things about this project was peeling off the tape. We're going really slow here is not to rip the paint off the board. So just be careful when you do that on yours. So there it is. It's all painted. It looks wonderful. It's beautiful. If you like it, smash that thumbs up button for me. Okay, there's one more step. Now this step was very debatable in my family. Not everyone was excited that I was going to be sanding the beautiful colors off. Well, they say art's subjective, and well, I thought it looked better with it sanded, because I was going for that worn look. Almost everyone disagreed with me in my family. But I'd like to know what you think. If you like this idea or not, post it in the comments below. I really want to know what your thoughts are. So after everything was sanded, I gave everything a nice coat of polyurethane. Next, I'm going to show you how I built this. So let's talk about how I made this cornhole game. See, first I thought I was going to make the actual top myself, but then realized it was more cost effective and time saving just to buy the top off Home Depot. When it arrived, I realized that it needed some sanding. See, it's just a simple plain piece of wood cut to the right size with a hole in it. The sides of your cornhole can be either 3 or 4 inches. I went with 3 inches because I wanted to shave off some weight. This was a really affordable project for me. See, I had a lot of scrap wood laying around that I knew I could use to make this game. The only thing I really had to buy was the top from Home Depot and the bags. I think altogether it cost me $65. I have really fallen in love with the K5 pocket hole system from Craig Jig. I used to use the R3 for everything, and I don't know why I didn't switch sooner. I think the thing holding me back from switching sooner was the price point, and I was really comfortable with using the K3. And now that I've switched, it's actually saved time in my shop, so I have more time to spend with my family. Here's a really good tip. When you're making these, find a piece of cardboard or something to lay the top onto. You don't want to scratch it or ding it or dent it when you attach everything to the bottom. Putting in the last piece is always one of the best parts of building something. It's when you really see everything come together. Whenever you're screwing something in, I always recommend using a lot of clamps to hold everything together. That way, you don't have any slipping happening as your screws tighten up. The top of your cornhole needs to be 12 inches from the bottom of the ground. So you can see here, what I'm doing is I'm assembling the support system for the cornhole game. So as a quick tip, I would recommend using a gallon paint bucket and a few scraps of wood you have laying around to make sure that everything is at the right level that you need to be before you screw in those supports. Well, that's how I made my cornhole game and designed the awesome artwork. If you liked this video, smash that thumbs up button for me, and as always, don't forget to subscribe. Till next time, I'll see you later.